What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy Pooh, CYGG, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be stating why the 2017 rookie draft class was the best rookies I've seen in the NFL. Simply because it was so many guys that was in that draft class that was productive this year that it was crazy. I'm going to give you guys my top 20 rookies of this year. And I'm going to also give an honorable mentions at the end. Now, if you feel like I left some out, go down to the comments below and mention them. But let's go ahead and jump off with number one. Number one will be Deshaun Watson. The reason why I chose Deshaun Watson, despite being hit with the rookie curse, and if you don't know what the rookie curse is, description to the video will be in the description below where I discuss it. Deshaun Watson put up 1,699 passing yards, 19 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, and 269 rushing yards, man. This guy was a legit candidate for MVP before falling to an injury, man. I'm telling you, this guy was the missing piece that the Houston Texans have been searching for. And at number two, we have Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt led the NFL in rushing with 1,327 rushing yards, 8 rushing touchdowns, 455 receiving yards, and 3 receiving touchdowns. This guy was dominant. He was third in the league in yards from scrimmage, only behind Ty Gurley and Le'Veon Bell. This guy was beasting this year. And number three, we have Leonard Fournette, aka Leonard Finesse. Leonard Fournette finessed his way to 1,040 rushing yards and 9 touchdowns. This guy was running like a vet this year. He wasn't running like a rookie. Number four, we have Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara put up 728 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, 826 receiving yards, and 5 receiving touchdowns, man. This guy was 6th in yards from scrimmage, almost breaking into the top 5. This guy showed that he was a true dual-purpose back with the New Orleans Saints this year. And at number 5, we have a running back that was just as versatile, and that would be Christian McCaffrey, who had 435 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 651 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns, man. That's a true versatile back, man. He could catch the ball and he could run the ball, man, within that Carolina Panthers offense. And speaking of catching the ball, at number 6, we have Juju Smith-Schuster, who had 58 receptions and 917 receiving yards and 7 receiving touchdowns, man. This guy was a great weapon to add to that Steelers offense on the opposite side of Antonio Brown, man. This guy really helped that Steelers offense excel. And another receiver that was just as productive this year would be Cooper Kupp at number 7, who had 62 receptions, 869 receiving yards, and 5 touchdowns. Shout out to my boy Cooper Kupp, aka Double Cup. It wasn't just the wideouts, it was the tight ends being productive this year as well. Evan Ingram at number 8 had 64 receptions, 722 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. Now imagine when Odell Beckham come back and he's healthy, being alongside this young gunner. That's going to be a scary offense. And another tight end that was balling was O.J. Howard at number 9, who had 26 receptions, 432 receiving yards, and 6 receiving touchdowns. If I'm correct, I think he was the second most, if not third most, touchdowns on the Tampa Bay offense. If I'm correct, it would be third most. At number 10, you got Cam Robinson, who helped lead that powerhouse of an offense of the Jacksonville Jaguars, or excuse me, Saxonville Jaguars. And even though he had got rushed through by James Harrison in the playoffs, this guy still performed greatly throughout the regular season. And at number 11, we have Ryan Ramczyk, who did a great job as an offensive lineman blocking for Drew Brees and that high-powered Saints offense. Now, even though these guys were good at blocking, we got to talk about who these guys had to block. So at number 12, we have TJ Watt. TJ Watt had 7 sacks this year, showing that he is possibly going to be just as good as his older brother JJ. And at number 13, we have Myles Garrett, who matched his number with 7 sacks as well, showing that he is an explosive defensive lineman and that his future is very bright if he can stay healthy. Once you get past those linemen, you got to be able to get past those linebackers. And at number 14, speaking of linebackers, we have Jarrad Davis, who led all rookies in tackles with 96 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 interception. This guy is showing that he may be that possible star on defense for the Lions in the future. And at number 15, another linebacker who showed promise was Zach Cunningham with 90 tackles and 1.5 sacks, man. This guy showed that he earned his spot as a rookie this year on that Texans defense. And since we're done with the linebackers, let's talk about the secondary. At number 16, we have Jamal Adams with 83 tackles, 2 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. He showed that he was not a wasted pick for the New York Jets. And at number 17 would be Desmond King from the Chargers, who had 76 tackles, 4 sacks, and 1 interception. This guy showed that he is a promising safety for that team. He showed up and he showed out. And at number 18, we have none other than Marshawn Lattimore, who led all rookies with 5 interceptions, man. This guy showed that he's a potential Pro Bowl corner every year, man. The guy has great talent, and I can't wait to continuously see him grow. And speaking of the Saints, at number 19 would be his teammate Marcus Williams, who had 73 tackles and 4 interceptions. Now, I understand Marcus Williams got a bad reputation right now because people only focus on the tackle that he missed that caused one of the best plays ever, but the guy is still a truly talented player. And lastly, at number 20 would be Tre'Davious White from the Buffalo Bills, who had 4 interceptions, man. This guy showed you that, yes, I am that number 1 pick. I am that cornerback for this team, and I'm going to show you that I can possibly be a future lockdown corner, man. Let me know if I missed out on any, but here are some of the honorable mentions that didn't make it in, and I'm pretty sure you guys may think I still missed out on some.